we split up, and during the process, we were still seeing each other, and Denise was seeing someone else, and she ended up pregnant. And then after that, when she told me she was pregnant, you know, she told me it might not be mine, but regardless of, you know, if it was mine or if it wasn't mine, I stepped up to the plate, you know, because this is something that we wanted. We wanted a child. We knew that a child could bring us closer together, you know, making us more responsible.
Child doesn't make you more responsible. That's a mistake to think that a child brings you closer together now.
A child, it made me more responsible. It made me understand that when someone depends on something, like the child depended on us to change the diapers, fix the formula, fix the food, give that child the needs of life, and that made me responsible.
Made you a more responsible person.
That's correct.
So why were you split up in the first place?
She assumed that I was cheating on her, which I was not. I was not cheating on her. She came home one day. Yeah, someone was there. And it was a friend, and I explained it.
It was not a friend.
It was a friend.
She came home one day and someone was there, someone being another woman?
Yeah, another woman.
And she assumed that you were cheating on her and didn't really have any good cause to assume that.
No.
I didn't know this woman in my house. He was upstairs. When I went into the house, I saw her sitting on my sofa. She ran upstairs. My husband was naked upstairs. So if this was a friend of his, why would she run upstairs knowing that he was naked?
When Denise,
and she was sitting on your sofa? How was she dressed?
She was clothed, but
fully
fully clothed. But she ran upstairs and he locked her into our bathroom, and he protected her from me.
So he thought you were going to beat her up?
Oh, yes, I was.
And he protected her? Okay. He knew, so he was really right about that?
Yes.
Well, why weren't you going to jump on your husband if the woman was in your house?
She did.
I did, but he ran into our bedroom and put on some underclothes. And then I went and I got into our bathroom. He jumps in front of me to protect her because I threw my keys on the sink. And
Your Honor,
you were ready to fight.
Yeah, because it didn't make any sense to fight.
That didn't make any sense to fight.
It didn't because she had already started taking my stuff. After the whole situation, after all that, I left. She took my stuff, put in my car. She put my stuff in my car.
I didn't put your stuff in your car. I put you at my house.
And
why did you have the woman there in the first place?
Look, she was only a friend. She was only a friend.
They're
me and this
always
girl,
just a friend.
Me and this girl worked together.
Enemies to your house,
we worked together. No, I'm saying me and this girl worked together, and she was only a friend.
She was very bold after she left.
She called you and wanted to talk to you?
Yes, she asked me, did I see them actually in the act? I said, you know what? No, I didn't. But if I had, the coroner be taping around you.
Mrs. Goudet. No, hold on a second. No, let me respond to that.
I mean.
No, Ms. Goudet, just listen. Because you meant it. You said it. You meant it.
Yes.
There is no man on this earth that God has created that is worth you going to jail for and spending the rest of your life or maybe even the death penalty because you catch them in an act of adultery or infidelity. Don't ever go there. Don't ever let them make you hurt yourself because of that. There are too many fish in the sea.
Okay.
And
you can always catch another fish. All right?
You're right.
And if you can't,
she
you
probably
be quiet.
caught some fish. She probably got fish now. Your Honor,
Mr. Goudet, please don't interrupt me. I'm very serious about this. Because too many people find themselves killing the other woman or the other man in a fit of anger because of a relationship, and then they're in jail and regretting it later.
Yes.
Be thankful that she left out of there and you didn't kill her.
Exactly.
Because that's why you're able to stand here today.
Yes.
It's not worth it.
It's not.
Get that thought pattern out of your head. Just walk away.
I'm a better woman because
it's not
of
worth
it.
that.
Okay. Now, when we split up.
Why you think she got fish in the sea?
Okay. When we split up, when me and her split up, that was the first time.
So that's when you split up after you saw this woman there.
She could not stay in military housing where she was. She couldn't stay in the housing, so she had to move. You know, I moved. She asked me to come back. I came back, and I was there. I wasn't even there a good hour. Guys constantly calling.
How long were you separated?
We were separated not even a week.
And guys were calling.
Look, all time or not.
Nobody.
You moved pretty quickly yourself.
He is lying.
It was guys inviting her to this party. They never called me and said, "Hey, I'm inviting you and your wife to a party." After that, I moved out. I got my own place.
Well, those were her co-workers inviting her to a party.
No, but you know what? It was guys. It wasn't no women. It was only guys. Let's go up to this party.
But she can't have male co-workers inviting her to a party and be innocent? You're claiming that you were innocent?
Your Honor,
Yeah.
I could not have females, so why should she
You
have me?
had her.
So
But
the two of
within
you
the
kept playing girlfriend, boyfriend,
No.
and having relationships
No,
even
we
while
was-
you were
no,
separated?
no,
I'm sorry,
no,
we
it
didn't
was
start
not.
that until about a month after because it was still a lot of heat and a lot of tension, and we did not get back together within a week after I kicked
But
you
the
out my
point
house.
you're trying to tell me is that the two of you started playing, was still seeing
played-
each other
yeah.
because you were still hot and heavy for each other in other ways, even though you couldn't live together.
Exactly.
And then you were seeing another man.
I started seeing this guy probably about 2 months after we split up. So I don't know what he
And
getting
you were
this
having
week
sex
to
with two
hour.
men at that point.
Yes.
And then you got pregnant.
And we were still married. That's the point. We were still married.
Yes.
And
Weren't you
he
still
knew-
married when you started your affair?
He sure
yeah, yes, I was married. But you know what though?
Your logic escapes me, so what's the point?
Listen, but within the time frame, you know what she called me at my job and told me, I'm pregnant. It might not be for you. That's what she told
Well,
me.
she told you the truth. It may not be yours.
Right, okay. And you know what?
And what did you
Regardless
say
of
when
the
she said
situation,
that?
I was upset.
He blew
I was,
up.
I was,
He
I blew
called
up.
my
But you know
job
what?
and
Hold on a second. But when she called you and said, I'm pregnant and it may not be yours, was that a surprise? Didn't you know she was seeing someone else as well?
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? Being a woman, knowing that she was still married, I thought she would take more responsibility and
Oh, you
protect
thought
herself.
that she would use some protection.
Yeah,
And I did.
But the thing is after I sat down and thought about it, this was something that me and Denise wanted. We wanted a child. You know what? I stepped up to the plate. I took this child.
And
I
did you
took
say
this
whether it's
child.
mine or not, I will accept
I didn't
her?
care if it was mine or not. And I stepped up to the plate and I took this child as mine. The child carries my last name. The child knows me as daddy. Everything. I stepped up to the plate. I didn't care. But the thing is here it is. I come to find out after I moved, when me and Denise split up again, I come to find the guy had been calling her job. This
other man.
This other man been calling her job all the while, wanting to find out, wanting to try to take responsibility. If you want to take responsibility, you would have been there from the birth of that
So
child.
what is your complaint? The fact that the other man is calling and wants to take responsibility?
Wait, he stripped me. He stripped me, and she let him. If the guy was the father, I didn't mind. But you know what? We're going to go the legal way about it. We're going to go the legal way. He's going to pay child support because I've been supporting this child, not knowing if it
you're
was mine.
upset and you're saying if he's the father, you want him to pay everything.
No, not pay everything. But what I'm saying is, here, don't come tell me you're going to be a father. You're going to be a father when you wasn't there from day one. You can't be no father. You need to be there from day one.
Denise and Kyle have broken up so many times that even they don't even know the timeline. This relationship needed a Google Calendar and a whiteboard and probably a lawyer. Every single breakup was for real this time until next Tuesday. And during one of those breaks, they forgot that they were still married and boom, she got pregnant. And that baby said, I'm arriving during maximum confusion. And to be honest with you, it's noble. Kyle stepped up and raised the child like it was his, even though the math was already suspicious. Bro was doing dad duties on potentially borrowed DNA. And all of this would be working fine and dandy, except another man pops up and he's like, actually, I think I might be the baby daddy. Nothing shakes a relationship like a surprise side character claiming fatherhood. That man said, I don't want drama, I want visitation. But the cheating accusations were just flying at these two. Kyle says men were calling Denise constantly. Denise admits she saw another man, but reminds everyone that they were separated. Still married though, important detail. And Kyle's having his coworker over and being naked together, doing mattress polo. Basically, both of them were out here acting single with joint paperwork. This wasn't cheating, it was mutual freelancing. But honestly, this case has more twists than a soap opera. Everybody's naked, nobody's honest, and the baby needs some answers. Kyle was ready to go to be a dad, just not sponsor another man's genetics, and separated but still married is the most dangerous relationship status that these two have been living in. But I want to know what you guys think. If you're separated while still married, is it considered cheating if you go and badoink-a-doink with someone else?
Miss Godet, do you know who the father is?
No, I do not.
So when this other man started calling and saying that he was the father, what did you do?
I told my husband every time this guy called, I told him. I did not keep anything from either one of them. From either one of them.
So did you let him start to see the daughter?
No, because
Until I left. After I left, that's when he started seeing her.
But you're
he
gone.
Because of the,
Wait, but
because
hold
of the
on.
tension.
That apartment
We have a
that she
minor
lived in-
child, and a child does not need to see all of this tension that these adults are creating.
The number one, if I
Hold on,
the
Mr.
first-
Goday, I'm trying to hear her.
First of all, the reason I did not want to go the legal way, quote unquote,
have a blood test?
to have a blood test.
Why
because
not?
I wanted to do this between us. I
You
thought we
can't
were
do it
rational.
between you.
How you gonna go
No,
a civilized way when, look, me and her had a decision to make because this child carries my name. We
were
had a
gonna
decision
have
to
the
make.
blood
And this
test.
is what I
Let me
wanted.
explain something to both of you. You cannot go your way when you're talking about the birth of a child and who is the parent.
Exactly.
The law has some protections for the natural parent. So even if you and Mr. Goday, the two of you had consented and said, he's carrying my name, which you did, and that's fine. And you said, this is my child, and all that's fine. And the natural father come and said, I'm the father, and I want my rights as father. Then that person can come in, and it could have some negative impact if, in fact, he's the father. So what you really needed to do was at the beginning, when you weren't certain which one of them was the parent, was to find out. You could have avoided that, the emotional headache, the trauma that you went through with another man coming in now claiming his parentage, if you had found out from the beginning. So what's your attitude now?
If I find out, it'll close a door for me.
So you
it'll
need to
close
know.
a door for me. Huh?
So you need to know.
I need to know. I need to know because you know what? I will stop helping Denise out. You know why? Let him help her. Let him go work 2 jobs to pay for her car insurance and her Norwest furniture bill and her loan. Let him do that.
Why do you think this man, if he's the father, should pay for her Norwest furniture bill?
You know why? Because you know what? He stepped up to the plate. He wanted to step up to the plate.
To be the
If you
father, not the husband.
But you know what though? If she struggles, then that child struggles. That's the way it is. If she struggles,
Not
then
necessarily so.
If she struggles, then that child struggles. I mean, why
So
can't
now
this
the
man?
child that you love so, and you were willing to say that I'm the father and be there emotionally for her, completely and totally innocent child, you're telling me if these blood test results say that you're not the father, you're just going to just drop this child emotionally and not deal with her?
No, I'm not because
That's what he's saying.
Joe, is this envelope contain those results?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And now we're here at the point of no return, the paternity test. Kyle is standing here like, I've been working 2 jobs. I need some answers. And that man is tired, stressed, and funding a baby that may not have the same genetics as him. And Kyle is straight up saying, if the baby isn't mine, I'm done. And honestly, that's not really that heartless, that's reality. You can't expect someone to financially carry a situation built on confusion forever. Love is strong, but rent is stronger. This is not a love triangle, this is a custody polygon. And to be honest with you, it would be tough for me to leave a child even if it wasn't mine. I feel like if once you make that bond, it's really difficult. But at the same time, if someone else is wanting to be the father, he should get the rights to the child. But what do you guys think about the situation?
These results say the alleged father, Kyle Godot, is excluded as the biological father of the child. The alleged father lacks the genetic markers that must be contributed to the child by the biological father.
I hope you're real happy.
No.
I hope you're very, very happy.
You know what, Mrs. Goday,
I am happy.
that's not the issue.
I am happy.
All right.
Mr. Goday, be quiet a minute. This is not funny. And this is not anything for either one of you to stand up and goad about and to be happy.
I'm not.
Be quiet a minute. I said, be quiet. You're probably angry, and I know you have every right to be angry because I would too. You know, it's not right for mothers, for fathers to play with these children's lives and to act like they're just a toy that you're giving away. And you're really driving me to the point of tears. I'm sick of hearing it. When you're out there having relationships, you're grown, you're adults, you know what creates a baby. You know how a baby is created. An innocent child over and over and over again has to be told one person is the father. Then all of a sudden, no, let me tell you something. This is really not your father. This man is your father. This child doesn't deserve that. No child does. I will be so glad when the day comes when two adults who are having fun and enjoying their lives and just playing around with each other understand the consequences of their conduct and stop messing up innocent children's lives.
Judge Maybelline is absolutely correct on the situation. The DNA results came in, he's not the father, and to be honest with you, I would be a little bit relieved as well, but also feel a little bit of anger. But Judge Maybelline is really talking about the main problem here in this whole case. The saddest part about this is that the child is going to be the one that suffers the most. I think at the end of the day, in my opinion, when you go through situations like this, you really realize that every single choice you make has really grave consequences, and it can affect more people than just you. You think that just when you're separated that the worst that can happen is my ex-husband gets mad at me or feels sad or jealous because I was riding up on some other dude, but at the same time you have a chance of creating a child and then stirring up confusion, and now you got two daddies and one daughter, and now she has to figure out how to emotionally navigate this whole situation.
The biological father going to do now?
Nothing. Zero, like he's been doing since I've been gone. Nothing. I've sent Denise money. She's called me. She needed money. I got check stubs. I've written a check to Denise. I've paid bills. I've paid car insurance. You want me to tell you why? Because like I said before, if Denise suffers, that child suffers. That's how much I love that child. You know? And you know what? I did it out the kindness of my heart. I did it out the kindness of my heart. But you know what? Me and Denise talked about getting back together. But because of one little small problem, she felt as though I never changed.
Small
Let me
problem.
Tell you, Your Honor,
This is a small problem
What's the
we
small
talk
problem?
about.
Let me
small
see.
problem.
His temper. He bust a hole in my wall, cracked a big mirror in my back house that I have to pay for
Wait.
now.
So you want him to pay for those damages?
Yes.
Well, how about paying me
How
for
much was that?
I estimated to be about $200.
Okay.
Are you still living in that place?
Yes.
All right.
And what do you want her to pay for?
Okay. If she wants me to pay for that, and that's $200, I got a receipt right here showing $201.80.
For doing what?
For paying her bills. I also have my checkbook showing that I sent her $130 written out to her to help for daycare for something that this guy, he should have been doing.
That's it? That's all you're arguing with me about today? That's all you want?
I don't want nothing from him. I don't even want the $200, Your Honor.
You don't want it?
I don't want nothing.
Well, that's good. You know why? Because I really think that he's giving you a lot.
Yeah.
I really think that he's giving you a lot. He didn't say that he didn't want reimbursement. I'm going to order you to reimburse him the $130 that he paid for child care for that child.
Okay.
Ms. Godet, you put those holes in that wall?
Yes, I did put the hole in the wall.
Is the property being rented?
No, it's military housing. I'm responsible for it.
Mr. Godet, you're going to have to pay for that. That's what happens when you get angry and don't think. You got to pay for it. It cost you. All right? That's the order of the court. Court's adjourned, and I'll let you see these blood test results for the future.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Well, the DNA test results came back and Kyle's not the father. And you can see it hit him all at once. I see him as being angry because he's been working 2 jobs trying to support this kid, and the kid's not even his. But also, I feel like he's much more relieved now because the truth is finally out and he can make a healthy decision that's best for him and hopefully best for the daughter. But I do feel like this situation is really sad because of how this is going to affect the daughter. Yes, now the daughter's going to know the biological father, hopefully, but at the same time, this guy is still, the husband and has been there as the, birth certificate father, while the other dude is not even in the picture yet. And I feel like when you have your name on the birth certificate, you still have, some of your fatherhood legal, tendencies on the birth certificate. So I want to know your thoughts on this. Do you believe that she should have to pay him back any of the child support or anything like that? Because he was actually giving that money in an act as being, in a sense, the legal father on the birth certificate. And he only did those things because he was the father. He wasn't doing it out of not being the father. He knew he probably wasn't the father when he did that. But some people might think that, of course, he deserves the money back. And some people might think that he shouldn't because he was acting out as knowing he wasn't the father and was giving the money, willingly, without, deception, if you will. But this case was crazy, the marriage was crazy, and both of these two did not deserve to be together. And honestly, they probably could have been better off if they just broke up the first time they had their separation instead of getting back together and breaking up again, getting back together and breaking up again. But I want to know your thoughts, so let me know in the comments down below.